All right, Saints Nation, welcome back, and another match and another time that I lied to you. We are not with the Saints Gold roster because the bracket I was looking at was absolutely scuffed. Unfortunately, the Saints Gold roster was taken down in the lower bracket by Université Laval, which means that they have dropped out here, which means we are back here with St. Clair Saints Green as they get to take on Seton Hall.
Yeah, Seton Hall, definitely we know very, very high level of competition coming down from that upper bracket as well. So Saints Green, really, really tough series against Barrie last game. Got to try to find some way to claw their way back into this bracket now, make a loser's run, and try to make some noise with Vitali. Once again, picking up where he left off, going to get the demo, but Stokely going to be there for the answer, saying not today.
Absolutely right in front of the Saints, and that could have been dangerous, but the Saints are going to be able to clear that out just in the nick of time. Stokely in the corner does actually send it right over to Vitali. Can he find himself another touch? He did, but Froze is not going to let anything come of it, as Froze and Tone are now going to take a trip down the right-hand side to try and bring this one through.
Yeah, Ramen going to play it off that left wall, going to be taken out there. Ball just going to get chipped over mid-Kamal. Going to the 50 there. Tone is going to come away with the ball there. Try to go off the backboard there, but Kamal will be there to deny it. Going to try to pick it off this right wall as well. Once again, Seton Hall going to get the pinch there. Froze going to try to find something. Tone through the middle, and the setup is perfect. Froze to Tone, and Seton Hall will open the scoring in this series.
Okay, what on earth? A nice little move there from Froze. He did not go after it initially, and the bump just made things so difficult for Saints to try and deal with, and left Tone all open by himself.
Yeah, just such a good job to get it. And once again, the physical play has been a consistent tonight. Maybe there's just not the new meta, obviously, but it seems like a lot of teams are just like, all right, you know what, if we can't find the open crease in the net here, we're going to create it for ourselves. And so far, Seton Hall able to do so, but Saints Green, lots of work back. Come on, maybe not the touch he wanted off the ceiling there. Will be denied. Froze is going to get a little touch there. Ramen going to swerve through one of the members of Seton Hall. Going to do a great job of getting it in. Now Saints maybe have a shot here. Vitali try to get the side touch. Unable to cut the angle though. Will go off the post and Froze will turn that one aside. So Saints Green going to answer back with a chance of their own, but still 1-0 Seton Hall.
Yeah, if there's one way that I was able to describe this summer series in general, just summer series or summertime send it, because everybody is just launching themselves towards each other in the regular season, and right now it's just demo after demo, and what on earth that made it? Okay, Ramen.
I think we're getting to the point where no goal means anything. Everything is just coming at random times and no one can see when it's coming. Ramen with a full flip over there. At the top of the car from the top down and just going to find the back of the net there. And Saints going to get a quick answer back to Seton Hall. And now once again, Saints are tied in the series and see how it progresses from here.
Okay, so we'll just keep talking until it's game 5 in overtime, right? Like, this is how it usually...
to the good stuff, yeah.
Oh, no, this is the good stuff. This is still the good stuff anyway. Guess what? On this sandwich, the bread is actually the good stuff. Who would have thought? But speaking of which, Stokely nearly putting Seton Hall ahead there after a gnarly maneuver, but it was still stopped in the nick of time.
Yeah, Froze going to try to get the follow here. Ramen will come away with the epic save there. Tone is going to walk it in. A great little chance there. Kamal will be there for the denial. Now Saints got to try to clear this one out through the mid. Kamal, or Vitali is going to be there for the breakout. Going to get a nice little touch to Kamal. Off the backboard, Tone is going to clear that one out. Maybe get the second touch here. Looks like Seton Hall going to try to clear this over to the left side, but Saints will be there for the deny. Ramen is going to be there. Tone will kick that one back across the middle. So a little bit of back and forth so far. Both teams just trying to find even footing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now kind of stuck in the center zone for just a moment now. So we see Green continue to pursue. A little bit of a bump there from Vitali, just pushing the Seton Hall defender aside to let Ramen get the ball, but he did not have a whole heck of a lot of boost in the tank. Kamal, however, all the boost in the world for just a second there and nearly put it into the bottom right-hand corner, but could not quite find the angle on it.
I think Vitali may have yoinked that corner boost, so I said maybe a little bit good for the Saints there, but they will get sent back out. It's a little bit of a refresh on both sides. Seton Hall going to double commit that ball, a little bit defensive end. Vitali one to beat, and he will do so. Great job by Vitali, seeing the opening and closing it down. Vitali with his 4th shot of the game already. Look at just a quick little bump there, interception. Great little swerve there last second, and a great job to put it over top of Frozen.
Okay, a big shout out to Kamal during that as well. It was kind of hidden in the background, but he basically individually interfered with 2 members of the Seton Hall defense. Bumped one aside and got in front of the other, so they could not make the initial save possible and just let Vitali just absolutely launch it. Beautifully done. See, we're slowly but surely catching an eye on these little things.
Yeah, Kamal with a great little touch there as well. Saints Green with multiple chances to start this game off, and always on the back of demos and safe. A very, very chaotic 3.5 minutes. Only 3 goals scored, but a life's worth of action going on so far. Kamal going to try to keep this one and try to hold that midline. Stokely is going to walk that one out. Great little touch by Stokely off the backboard, but will get denied by, I believe it was Ramen there. Kamal going to get another demo on Tone. Seton Hall with a crack at the net though. Froze Decent little shot. They're going to get the bump.
bunt.
Stokely with the
Two
shot.
bunts.
Stokely gets 2 bumps in the net. Opens the door for, or Froze gets 2 bumps, or Stokely does, yeah. Opens the door for himself, and just a great job. Yeah, it was Froze that got the bumps there. Opened things up completely.
That was brutal, actually. There, Froze basically taking what Kamal just did to them, but like
Amping it up.
instead of just one bump and a block, no, it was like, I'm playing bumper cars with all of you. This crease is my space now. You cannot stay here, and just cleared it out. 2-2, possibly the third right there, but Kamal is going to knock this one up high to at least get it out of harm's way.
Yeah, Saint Screen got to find some way to kick back Seton Hall. A couple of demos, couple of really good goals back-to-back now, and they look like they're starting to put it together a little more. Froze, once again, going to go for the demo. Saint Screen going to try to find it to get away, the ball out here. Kamal going to go for the chip. Stokely is going to kick that one down into the corner. Kamal trying to find something with it. It will go through the mid. Ramen, another demo there. Tone is going to be the recipient of the ball. Great job by Vitaly to intercept there and cut that one off at the goal line. And now Stokely once again off the ceiling. Going to try to get the reset. Going to set up Froze perfectly on the back door. Wonderful setup off the ceiling, and Froze just there to knock that one in. And Seton Hall, 24 seconds left, breaks the deadlock and takes a 3-2 lead.
That extra little move there that Stokely did to flip himself away from the defending Saints player just absolutely threw them for a loop. Now Saints are forced with 24 seconds left to go to somehow find themselves an equalizer very quickly. But with the way this face-off's going, it doesn't look likely.
And they get away with one there. That should have absolutely been a 4th goal for Seton Hall. Just couldn't cut the angle quite, and Saint Screen definitely get away with one. They have to find some offense, though. 8 seconds. They do have the ball above the net now. Vitaly trying to make a play. Great job by Stokely to win that challenge. Now, Vitaly going to try to find it again, but it will get cleared out by Tone. He will maybe find the back of the net once more, and Seton Hall will take game 1, 4-2 over Saint Screen. Exciting back and forth, but Seton Hall just puts together a fantastic last 60 seconds to clear it out there.
Absolutely. Saints gave it the roll in their very final opportunity there for this game, but unfortunately, it does leave the net wide open, adding on any sort of chance from an overtime to actually occur. So with that, take a look at the shots for just a second if the game does allow us to. Here we go. So yeah, 11 on the side of Seton Hall, and then only 9 there for the Saints. Wow. So to be fair, only 2 shot difference. Not terrible, to be completely honest with you, but just overall, that last minute, maybe 2 minutes of play, Seton Hall just really fired up and was able to execute on the shots.
Yeah, and Froze filling out the stats. I think he had 4 or 5 saves plus the goal, had 2 assists, so just getting it done every which way. And just that's what you need if you're going to be either of these teams. That's the thing you need to move in this winners bracket. You need everyone to show up, whether they have a pop-off game on their own or they're there just playing that backline and doing the dirty work that maybe you don't see on the score sheet. Everyone has to play their role, and Seton Hall so far, they just found a way to get into a flow that last minute, and they're going to look to continue that. But Saint Screen got to try to find a way to buck the trend here.
Absolutely, they're going to turn things around hopefully sooner rather than later. But again, of course, they were still pretty close. So it wasn't like how the Barry game, I guess, started to say the least. But good game. Let's see what can happen in this time by here. Seton Hall, of course, up 1. And Kamal is going to start the Saints up 1 here in this one after finding his own opportunity. I don't think there was any passing play involved. Just a solo effort bringing some through. Yeah,
Tone just thought he was going to get that clear out of the corner. Didn't know Kamal was coming with full boost. Just off the ceiling there, knocks it into the top of the net. And once again, Saint Screen jumping out early on Seton Hall. But as we said, this is more of a marathon than a sprint, even though the game timer is short. So Saint Screen, great start. You got to try to look to add to it now, though.
And they nearly did, actually. Wow. Ramen, after demoing somebody, got the shot alongside with it, but it did end up going off the post. Does leave the opening here for Froze to nearly put the dangles on that maneuver, but could not quite get past the Saints defense.
Yeah, a lot of close chances for both teams here. Both teams definitely have to be a little bit nervous about how close this ball. This ball has been flying back and forth, just max speed, just not a lot of time to react. Froze with a great little touch there, trying to find the net, but Kamal will be there for the deny. We'll get bumped. We'll get the ball actually toward mid. Maybe they can make a play here. Kamal and Ramen gonna hook up over the middle, and just as we said that, the counterattack proves strong at Saint Screen. Now with a 2-0 lead, just 1 minute in.
All right, so yeah, just a solid pass there from Kamal. Got it right in time for Tone to just be just barely too slow to make it to that one, unfortunately, there for them. But that is going to allow Saints to get themselves that 2-goal lead, get a little extra insurance on it. But of course, Still 4 minutes left in this game, and that is still an eternity.
Yeah, great job throughout the ceiling.
Yikes.
Oh, Seton Hall just couldn't find that third rebound. If they had 1 or 2 more cracks at the net there, almost certainly one would have gone, and the Saints were scrambling on the goal line there. And Stokely gonna still try to find one. Great little air dribble, great touch. Kamal gonna read that beautifully and able to get the challenge. And now Raman gonna get the demo as well. So a little bit of breathing room for the Saints. Raman and Vitali gonna get the 2-man game. Kamal coming off the side here now, gonna try to make a play. Great air dribble, trying to feed the corner, but just unable to bury it. Now Saints can rotate back on D, but just a great job of get a shot, rotate, and just put the ball back in the offensive zone.
That's a crazy thing with Kamal. Like, he's oftentimes the playmaker, oftentimes the defender, but when he gets his offensive opportunities, it comes out of nowhere. Like, it's just looking like he's going up, just kind of clear it himself up high. Then all of a sudden, wait a minute, he still has it. Why is he this close to the net already?
Yeah.
And is forcing like 1 or 2 defenders to go flying at him. So good on them to keep this up and just be sneaky about it too.
So he's going to try to set up Tone over the middle there, try to get some pressure in the Saints zone here. Seton Hall has been playing off the back foot a lot of this game, so you definitely know they're trying to get off this back foot, try to create some chances, create a skirmish in front of the net, get that scrum going. Great save by Kamal. That surely looked like a goal. Kamal coming across the goal line there and just knocking that one away. Scrum in front of the net, 4 or 5 cars piled up here. Somehow Seton Hall ends up with the ball out of it. They're going to try to set up over the middle. Frozen Tone trying to link up there, unable to do so. 50 will get missed over the middle by Seton Hall as well, and the net's wide open. Vitali's going to convert, and just like that, one mistake, and now Saints Green starting to put the pressure on here.
What in the world happened here? Just Stokely
Just
missed. Tone didn't get a piece of it. It was so close, but wow. And then good on Vitali. Like, he had to race him to that ball, but yet he didn't overkill it to actually get the perfect arc almost directly into that, like a 3-pointer of some sort. Just absolutely nails it. And speaking of which, that's 3 goals on the board now at half.
Yeah, Saints Green looking so strong to start off game 2 in the first half. So he's finding every way to light up the scoreboard, easy, hard, or otherwise. Vitali gonna get that challenge over mid, gonna win it. Now Tone and Froze gonna be back there to try to play it. They're both gonna maybe misplay it. Vitali gonna get a decent little touch there, and the Saints will get a scoring chance with Stokely. Gonna close the door at the last second, but Vitali and Raman still gonna be there to try to find something. Challenge will come through. Gonna be a quick little reset here. Tone gonna get the pinch, and now Froze gonna try to set something up on the break.
I mean, for that longest time, it looked like Seton Hall was actually just boost starved. 3 of them were just kind of hovering around their crease with maybe like 30 boost max, and they could not really make that much of a move. Even now, their offense is there, but it's not really very quick. Granted, it doesn't need to be, but just an unthreatening attempt here. Just gets put right back into their own zone to let Vitali get a shot.
Whoa, great little chip there by Vitali, just unable to find the entrance there. Froze gonna be there for the save. 50 will be lost there. Vitali is going to come across and hold serve here. Now Raman going to miss the 50 there, going to lose a little bit of airtime. Seton Hall going to walk it down the other way. Stokely and Tone trying to go the 2-man game. Demo will come through on Froze though. Great little ceiling touch. Wow. The ball somehow careens out of the net, and Saints Green still holds that 0 on the board. Kamal going to take out on the break here. Try to find something. Going to try to find Vitali, and able to do so, and the ball will go wide of the net for the time being.
That was absolutely insane, but we see the Saints still trying their damnedest to maybe get themselves another one, just to put the little icing on the cake to save the beast here. But with a minute left to go, do they necessarily need it? I'm not 100% sure, but Seton Hall looked like they're scrambling.
Yeah, Seton Hall, they had that crazy minute blitz in the first game, so if I'm Saints Green, I'm still not thinking I'm completely out of the woods with all. I'm definitely feeling good, and see, just as I was about to bring it up, Stokely's going to bury one quickly there, so 43 seconds, still a lot of time to operate, so Saints Green just going to try to find a way to hold serve here, just buckle down and just eat this clock away.
The voice in my head is just yelling at me, yes, Danners, they do need the 4th goal.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, oh no, please no. But we'll have to see 43 seconds. It's definitely enough time to get this done. But it's also enough time for the Saints to score maybe one more to just silence those voices. So we'll have to see. Tone, though, doesn't want it to be the lather. He wants to get it right here, right now.
Yeah, I know. If I'm Seton Hall right now, I'm thinking they got just enough time to do something stupid, and that's what you're hoping for as a team that's down to a little bit of time. You're just like, they got enough time to mess something up for us. Tone, try to find a shot on net there. Raman is going to get the touch. If you're saying, Clair, just kill the next 10, 15 seconds and just play that kickoff like your life depends on it. You should walk out of here evening the series at once, but still not out of the woods yet. 2-goal lead though, 8 seconds left. Kamal will get a great touch there down the pitch. Might actually
there it goes.
Back to the net. Froze will get the save though, so Saints Green will knot the series up at ones. They will walk away with a 3-1 series lead, assuming this ball touches down, which it looks like it should sooner rather than later.
There it goes.
Few touches there. Saints Green will take game 2, and just like that, they are back in it, and now Seton Hall, Saints Green fighting at a best of 3.
They have just enough time to do something stupid. That's like the mantra of every Ferrari F1 fan I know right now. Poor guys. But I love that saying. I'm going to steal that. I'm not going to lie.
That's fine.
Solid job there for the Saints this time by goals across the board. Everybody getting a piece of it. And then even the shots overall across the board here for the Saints pretty even as well. That being said, though, even though the Saints are going to run away with game number 2, it looks like they're pretty close to outshot, or is this even here? Quick maths.
They got it was 11 to 9 or whatever it was. Yeah. So Seton Hall just outshooting and say it, especially at the end there, they really put the pressure on St. Clair. St. Clair was able to find those goals, and when they picked their spots, they were able to get the goals pretty easily. But Seton Hall just had that consistent offense, just not able to find the back of the net in game 2 there. And now 1-1, all evened up, and both teams going to start to sweat a little bit.
Absolutely, but again, here we go. Game number 3, all tied up here. Let's see what happens. Kamal's going to get a good kickoff here. No boost or whatnot, but he's going to get this lined up really close to a centering drop down. But just going to leave it here for Ramen. Can he get the return hit? He does. Can Vitaly get there in time? Nope. Rose is going to outrun him there this time by, and it's going to lead to a possible Seton Hall attack.
Yeah, Vitaly just couldn't quite get his head on the swivel and needed to catch that angle, but great job by Seton Hall to get the clear up there. Saints Green, once again, though, just immediately off the kickoff, taking that ball the other way, and now they should be able to clear this one out. Ramen easily there for the challenge. Demo will come through on Tone. Kamal going to set that one up. Now Ramen on the challenge. The bump came through in the net, and Stokely somehow buries his way out of the net, able to come back and get that save. That looked dire for Seton Hall, and we're still not at that zeros.
And then another shot right away there. We see Ramen making the save. 2 fantastic opportunities already for both of these teams. Just shots flying, but actual solid defense as well. They look scary, but they are being handled. Drop down.
Wow.
Rose is going to sneak his way through.
That looked almost impossible how he was able to get that in. Look at the flick down to Stokely, off the ceiling, off the crossbar, off of Stokely, and off of Rose. Say that 5 times fast. Seton Hall, one way or the other, going to find the back of the net there. And wow, say great start for them. Saints Green just got to find a way to get that equalizer now.
And then completely off topic, I just got to say I love when a player has their tag or their tag matched their goal animation.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes that much better. Froze. You get a brownie point for that one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Stokely is going to put this one back over mid, so once again, Seton Hall going to try to go on the offensive. Kamal will be there for the deny, though. Going to send it back toward the Seton Hall zone. Froze is going to be there for the touch. Ramen back at mid there for the challenge. Going to try to set up Kamal in the corner. Down touch to the corner.
Wow.
It somehow squeaks through. I don't know if there was any bumps or a misplay, but somehow, some way, Kamal going to thread the needle and find that sharp angle. And Saints Green, they get it right back.
You're going to have to take a look at that right here, right now. And
wow.
No interference. It was just an awkward
spot,
angle
yeah.
there for the Seton Hall defenders. And just a beautiful shot there for the Saints. So there we go. All tied up at 1, just like that, 30 seconds later.
And Stokely going to go right back the other way, though. So Seton Hall immediately going to get a scoring chance off the kickoff. Tone going to try to find something. Rose will be there for the second commit. Ramen is going to be there to try to clear it through mid now. Vitaly going to try to clear it out. Stokely still trying to get that 50. Ramen is going to kick it out to the corner. Froze is going to be there for the deny, but the 50 will go straight up. And luckily for Seton Hall, Saints unable to do anything with that ball. And now just kind of teetering back in the Saints corner. Kamal, a little bit, a decent amount of boost there, but good decision making there. Able to get the flip and fake out, but Saints got to try to clear this ball out. Ooh,
that could have been scary a little bit, and in fact, it kind of still is. Kamal, he nearly had the sharp angle shot on himself, but it actually does end up into a breakout, and there's a reason he's the player and not me. He's going to bring this all the way down, and Froze with the initial save, but the rebound, nobody's home for it. Ramen is going to find that one after Kamal's incredible effort all the way from his own zone, and they committed to the one, and you see Froze. He was flipping but had no boost to make the move.
Yeah, Kamal beat Stokely one-on-one there, got him to guess the wrong way and just say Froze was there on the net, but having that second player for the follow-up, Froze can make one save, but to recontort the car with, say, minimal boost and get back to make that second save, so hard to read and react in that moment, and Saints Green taking full advantage, and once again, going to try to take advantage again, going to try to set something up over the middle. Kamal will get intercepted though. Stokely going to try to find something. Looks like Vitaly was definitely head-hunting Stokely once again there, so the demo is definitely coming through for both teams, seeing a lot of physical action. Ball will be kicked back into Seton Hall zone, and Saints Green just doing a really good job here, kind of pressing the action.
Yeah, I'm just passing the halfway point here, and Vitaly looking for maybe a little bit of insurance here. A double fake, actually, and okay, Tone nearly letting that one through, but gets a piece of it just off the rim. Going to keep it out for the time being. 2 minutes to go now. Tone looking for a move. Stokely looking for his own rebound. Can he find it? Looks for the sharp angle shot, but does not quite find it.
Yeah, a little bit too much on there. I think he got a little bit excited. He saw a really good window and just a little too much boost on the car there. If he was a little more in control, he might have had a pretty good shot there, but Luckily for the Saints, unable to find anything worthwhile out of it. Now Ramen going to kick it back toward mid. Trying to set up Vitali, but that's a very risky play for the Saints, passing through middle, and they will get punished for it. So just super questionable decision at the worst possible time. Vitali and Kamal just unable to link up there, and Stokely say he was able to hit the post, but Tone there to clean it up, and now we've got 2-2 in the dire part of game 3.
I mean, Vitali and Kamal linked up pretty much literally. They ran over each other's hood and actually...
They were 2 in sync.
Yeah, they launched Kamal off there like Evel Knievel or something like that. As we do see Vitali just going to answer immediately with a goal of his own.
He said, I made a mistake. Okay, let's go back down and fix this right away. Going to get that quick little chip over, and just frozen in place there. Nothing he could do about it, and then Vitali going to make up for his mistake immediately. Saints gets it back like 5 seconds later, and once again, minute 40 in game 3, and the Saints looking to try to close out game 3.
I mean, the pattern so far here in this event, if it's a breakaway opportunity, player versus the goaltender, it seems to be going towards the attacker pretty much every single time. And, okay, one more fact. The attacker versus absolutely no defense. Attacker favored every single dang time. Stokely from his own zone just catches the Saints. Okay, where did that player come from? But unfortunately not in the right spot there. So that was something.
Yeah, the empty net is undefeated and undisputed in 1-on-0 attacker challenges, and Seton Hall say teams that are this good, you can't give them free opportunities like that, because if you're Saints Green, you had to just work and claw. You made a huge mistake, got it back, and then you gave it right back right after, and like just a small little mistake. And if you're Saints Green, you just got to tighten up a little bit. They're maybe not too loose, but if they seem a little bit janky, a little bit out of sorts now, you got to try to like dial that in and find some way to close out the rest of game 3, because losing this game can be very detrimental to the series.
Yeah, instead of like going like hold my drink, I'm gonna raise you up one. It's like hold my drink. That was a nice mistake. I'm gonna do one too.
Yeah, hold my keg.
That's what the second and third goals for each team were definitely feeling like, to say the least here. But of course, minutes still to go. Overtime definitely imminent here. But Ramen is going to absolutely rob Stokely. That was a very fast on-target shot.
That was a great read by Ramen. I don't know how he reacted in time. Able to flick his car over to the right. Now Fro's going to get maybe bumped by his teammate Stokely. Did get a little bit. I think Kamal was there for the action as well. So a little bit of a pile-up in the center. Kamal got 4 shots on net this game. We've seen so many shots back and forth both sides. Ramen going to try to get the challenge toward the net. We'll get it. Stokely is going to be there for the challenge. Vitali going to try to find something now, but Tone and Stokely will be there to try to start the breakout. Great 50 by Kamal. Going to win it in the offensive zone. Now Tone trying to play it out. 40 boost. Still trying to play this ball out. Able to win the challenge there. Win the 50. Now Kamal going to be there for the deny. Shot on net. Stokely will kick that one away. Now just 5 seconds left. Both teams trying to find the equalizer or trying to break the tie here. And looks like overtime might be in the horizon unless someone can find a way to score.
Yeah, it's still skybound here as of right now. The demo with Kamal here is actually pretty clutch, but that is going to be knocked down here. Last possible second. Honestly, good job there from Seton Hall to do so. That was a 3-on-2 against them, so it would have been a really rough time to try and defend. Well, game 3, the go-ahead in this series is going to result in this overtime. Froze is going to find one and nearly makes the play himself, but Ramen not going to be fooled this time by.
My jaw was halfway to the floor when I saw Froze get that little up and under and get that wide open shot on the net. I thought for sure Saints Green was going to be done there, but able to somehow make that save and hold that back line when they direly needed it. Now Stokely going to try to find something. Froze going to go for the bump in front of the net, going to go chip off the right side of the post there. Now Ramen going to try to start the breakout. Going to be 50 by Tone. Tone is going to win the 50 as well. Still going to be bumping Ramen as well, so just all over him right now. No breathing room. Great shot by Stokely off the backboard. Can he find the double touch? No. Will be denied by Ramen, and we're still trying to find someone to break through this overtime.
Yeah, we're going to crawl this one over on the left-hand side, but now Saints on target. Froze, though, is going to make sure that might have hit the post anyway, but still good on them just to make sure anyway. And it does actually promote the offense here for the side of Seton Hall. And it's just going to get cleared, actually. Froze the last one back. Vitali, he had a sick lob shot earlier in the series, but he's not going to be able to get it over him this time by.
Yeah, we've seen some long-range snipes in a couple of series today by Saints and by other members of other teams, so definitely something you got to watch out for in those counterattacks. Now, Kamal almost able to get that ball through. Tone and Froze. We've been playing the 2-man game on the left side there. Going to have Stokely in there in the back trying to hold the back line down. He's going to come across for the challenge. He's going to miss it, actually, so Tali might be able to make a play for Kamal or Ramen here. Ball will get sent back the other way, though. And just like that, Froze kicks it back 100 miles an hour the other way, and just like that, Saints Green loses in overtime in a heartbreaking fashion. Looks like Ramen just couldn't get to the ball in time.
He just lets it go. How the heck did he get that much speed from that standstill? I don't get it, but that was an absolute rocket.
No pun intended. Yeah, no, that was insane. That's one of those goals where it just hurts so bad. You feel like you played so well all of overtime, and you have an offensive chance, and all of a sudden, ball goes over 3 members' head, and it wasn't even like they had a bad rotation. That shot was so fast. Even if someone was near mid getting boost, there was 0% chance they would have saved that, at least without maybe creating a second or third opportunity. So Seton Hall just finds a way to get it done in overtime. Insane screen. They've had these fast starts, but Seton Hall, they just wear on them as the game goes. They just get shot after shot after shot, and they pressure the Saints, and just able to break through finally.
With the amount of speed that had, while being at a standstill, it's like one of those cartoon cars where they add the little fist at the front.
Yes,
yeah. That's what it seemed like, just somehow like launched it from a standstill. I still don't understand that, but nonetheless, these little secrets or whatever, exactly why these players are on the field, and not myself. And fantastic job in their own right to clutch things up.
Yeah, hours and hours of limit testing. You get to know every inch of that nose and that bumper of these cars, especially the Octane and the FedEx. So both teams now got to try to find a breakthrough. Saints trying to keep their run alive in losers bracket, down 2-1 in the series to Seton Hall. Seton Hall trying to move through losers and keep moving on in the CCA playoffs. Both teams fighting for a lot here. Kamal trying to take this one over mid to start things off, but Seton Hall looks like it might be an early chance.
Yeah, stuck in the corner for a second here. That is going to be Stokely. Moves on over. Raman does block, but he did kind of get punted in the meantime. Took him out of the play for a couple of seconds, but it's going to be Kamal. He's going to pass this one off to Vitali. Let him go past one. Stokely's going to deny that initial attempt. Kamal now over to Vitali. Vitali off the corner looking for Kamal again, but it's not quite going to find him. 3 Saints at the halfway point are going to have to run back real quick, though.
Yeah, Vitali did get the demo at least, so they're able to stop that breakout a little bit in its tracks. Now Froze try to find the back of the net there. Stokely, it's going to get the nice touch there. Raman back clearing it over mid. Tone will walk up and get this ball most likely. Has a lot of boost to play with too. Might get the second touch here. Great shot toward the net, but just unable to find the mark. And both teams just a lot of long range back and forth so far to kick this off.
Yeah, this is still deadly. That was a very awkward bounce in the crease there for the Saints, but they might be able to turn this on its head. Nope, Froze is going to stone cold there and keep it out of the crease for the time being.
Yeah, Raman had a great little bump there and then a shot on net, but just not quite enough juice to follow up there. Now, come on, maybe there's a shot at the net here. It will be wide open almost, but Tone just able to get a piece of it and knock that one away and keep this one deadlocked at zeros. But now Froze going to play it off the top of the net. Stokely with a great clear toward the end there, and Seton Hall maybe can make a play off this. If they have someone following, they do. Tone will follow. Members of the Saints are on the back line, though. Stokely is going to retreat, try to play this one with a little bit of boost to mess with as well. Going to try to set up one of his teammates. Actually, going to try to take it solo. We'll get the clear out. We'll get another touch with the Saints. Great job getting it through mid.
A little bit lopsided so far, to say the least. Like just these awkward shots from both ends, but it feels like it's not necessarily Saints' favorite as of this moment. It's the way that Froze and the rest of the defense here from Seton Hall have been playing. We have a pop fly now right towards the Saints zone. Tone is up there to try and meet what looked like 2 to 3 Saints, actually. It's going to make things a little bit awkward for a second. We see Raman trying to make a push, no boost in the tank until now. Going to just end up being sent right back down for a possible Seton Hall attack.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes, no goals. Far cry from what we saw the first couple games. See, not even that many demos, just a lot of back and forth, a lot of dribbling, a lot of possession play this time. Not really a lot of, what we say, the CCA send or whatever, CCA summer send or whatever we referenced it as earlier. Just both teams, I think they realized the
summertime send.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what it was. The pressure of the moment. You say Saints Green, they don't want to make 1 or 2 mistakes again because they might realize if the clock's low, they might not be able to claw their way back. And Seton Hall just trying to play as smart as possible and as clean just to try to make sure they close this one out in game 4. They do not want to say mess around with the game 5. Anything can happen.
Yeah, there's something about the clock hitting that 2:30 mark that makes things nerve-wracking, especially if you can find a goal like that. Vitali going to find the pass beautifully sent to him from Raman in the corner. Nice little extra bump, gets past Tone as well, and perfect timing there for Vitali. Send the artillery in. You got your first goal in the series.
Yeah, Raman, great steal from the top of Froze there. Get a quick little bump and send it across there, and exactly what you want for your Saints screen. Get that first goal, and you get it halfway through the game where it's not like they scored in the first 10 seconds and Seton Hall is all day ahead of them. Although Froze in the demo,
this is bad.
They're going to come back the other way. Kamal, luckily there to make the save. Tone is going to keep it in, though, and another great little 50 there to keep the pressure on, but the Saints should be able to clear this one out. Vitali is going to misplay, actually. This might come back to bite Saints if they can find something with it. Froze won't get denied, though, and luckily for the Saints, mistake will not go punished.
I was worried there for a second that Vitali would have had a shot towards us with the way that one was lined up, but it did actually make enough interference to make the defense work. We're going to see Raman do a little bit of a punterino over to Stokely. Fly ball down towards center field here as we see Kamal basically right at home. Anytime he's had those offensive opportunities, it's always been skyward. So always excited seeing him up there.
Yeah, Vitali, great job keeping it up in the air there until one of the members can get some boost to come help him out. Froze is going to take it solo down mid here. He's going to try to run it in. Stokely's going to be there for the follow off the crossbar. A third member's there. Tone not going to find it as well. All three members of Seton Hall getting cracks.
No way.
And back the other way. Froze, luckily there in time, but very, very close job on the counterattack by the Saints. They're just to fire one back and almost score there. And say still 1-0. Net is wide open. Can they find the entrance here? They can. Vitali gonna find the goal. Seton Hall stuck looking cross-eyed at the net, trying to find some way to stop it. And St. Clair now the 2-goal lead with just 63 seconds to play in Game 4.
Gosh, after a flurry of attacks on the Saints net, the Saints get their opportunity, and Raman sets it up nicely, lobbed it right in the middle of the crease. Vitali, it was a bit of an awkward angle, but still made it work nonetheless. Puts it exactly where it needs to. And now Saints having this extra insurance with the last minute left is definitely a little bit of a sigh of relief. However, we've seen how many of these goals tend to happen at that 45 to 30-second mark. So we see Tone looking to make a move, but Vitali is right there for the save.
I thought for sure after what we had the last couple times, Saints are going to counterattack though immediately, trying to get that third goal and try to ice this game away and send this one to Game 5 for sure. Tone is going to be back there, and Stokely going to try to start the breakout. I don't know how much boost he has. Wasn't able to follow up on that shot, so maybe nothing on the back line there. We'll get the demo on Vitali. Tone is going to try to follow. Vitali should be on respawn though. Stokely with a great little touch off the backboard. Pro's going to try to do that as well, but just unable to find the mark there. And now Saints green, just 20 seconds left in the 2-goal edge. Maybe trying to make it 3 here. They might be able to. Kamal or Raman just not able to read it in time there. But if you're Saints green, you're totally okay with that considering the time.
And we know Kamal loves those little slow down plays as we have time ticking down. 5 seconds left, but it's not going to be enough. St. Clair are going to bring this to a Game 5, restoring my credibility because I told you I would be talking to you all in game number 5 now, didn't I?
Of course, nothing else could have gone this way besides Game 5 on the slate. Once more, St. Clair going to battle back from a 2-1 deficit. Vitali going to get 4 shots. Every single member coming through with a couple saves there. Look at the shots. They evened out. St. Clair going to only out shooting 8-7 this time too. So these games have been super back and forth.
Absolutely.
It's those little 30-second windows where teams just seem to find the entrance. And even the Saints' last goal, we saw all 3 members of Seton Hall get a shot on net and then immediately back the other way. The Saints answer.
Yeah, I'm definitely been enjoying, we joke about it always being Game 5s and it being long matches, but I'm definitely enjoying it because come regular season time and we just start 3-0ing people over and over again every single match, I'm going to be wishing for series like this more often.
Especially in the summer. I mean, the long summer nights with the CCA Rocket League. So it's just like the summer of Rocket League. CRL Worlds, RLCS Summer Championship, RLCS Worlds, CCA Playoffs. It's June, July, August. It's just like the summer of Rocket League this year. So no major complaints to say. It's eventually fleeting and it will go away. So we're going to enjoy it while it's here. And so far, both these teams got to be enjoying this to some degree. Although I know the stress has to be coming through now. Great little shot there from Seton Hall. Wow, that somehow ended up right on net, but just not able to finish that. And both teams say the first goal could mean everything in this last Game 5.
Absolutely. And to that point, I remember one time going, it's actually Stokely, breakaway opportunity, and no contest. Just going to be able to take care of it nice and cleanly. Did have to throw it past one of the Saints defense.
Got bumped too.
Yeah, just got a boost from it, basically.
Actually, though.
And wow. That's one way to do it.
That's the worst bump because you think you're gonna get someone off cart and you just send them forward exactly in the same straight line. So you just saved him from not having boost. Basically, you just gave him your boost pad inadvertently. So Kamal, so the idea is right though. Obviously, you want to go for the bump there. It's usually the right play. Just sometimes the car is able to be in control and just Stokely able to make the play there. Unfortunately, now Saints send it back into the far corner. Gonna maybe try to find something here. Stokely is gonna lose the 50. Froze is there for the follow. Gonna try to set up Tone over the middle. Is gonna get the chip with the nose there. Now Kamal going to be back to play the back line. Going to try to set something up. Froze is going to be there for the contest. Will win the contest as well. Stokely playing that midline. Going to try to keep it in here for Seton Hall. And Saints Green just playing off his back foot a lot right now.
That little bump on the Stokely for the goal number 1. I can imagine what the Saints comms was. That was supposed to be a demo.
Right? Got him. Wait, what?
Yeah. Demos can be random at times. There are some hits that you see that shouldn't be, or that you don't think is going to be a demo, and then end up being.
Yeah.
And then there's so many of them where they absolutely crush them, and instead they just send them halfway across the screen like we just saw right there. But I guess the game can be random at times, and you got to be there to capitalize.
Yeah, speed and angles are huge because we see, you have 2 cars driving side by side. One's going full boost, one's going 20, and the 20 gets a demo sometimes. It's just the way the angle is or the way they can offset, so they find a way to just control that car and get the demo. But St. Clair, got to try to find some demos. They got to try to find a way to open this backline at some point because, say, now we still have a lot of time, still 3 minutes left in the game, but Seton Hall has been pressing the attack this last minute, and they already have that entry goal as well. So, St. Screen, great little chip through there for Vitaly. The through is going to be, he's going to actually put it all the way backside there at the defense, but Tone is going to be there for the redirect, and St. Screen just going to try to regroup and break out here.
I was convinced for a moment that he would have threaded the needle and made it all the way through, but no, Seton Hall defense is going to be there just in the nick of time. Just about to hit that halfway point here now. Only the one goal, so nothing too crazy here. The Saints have not seen before, and just a sea of Game 5 so far across both of our Saints rosters here so far in this tournament. Another downright bomb here from Ramen, just sending it all the way downfield. Vitaly, I think that is there for the rebound. Ramen looking for the sharp angle shot. We saw him pull that off earlier. It just make it skin off the side of the car, like right off the door basically, and was able to redirect it nicely, but could not quite get into the net this time by. The one-on-one though is going to make things difficult. Never mind, Cabal's in the net, so we're good. Yeah,
both Saints teams have their sniper scopes dialed today. Those long-range shots have been accurate, fast, and just right on point every single time. Froze with a great little touch there. Tone unable to get the finish, and now Kamal, a 1v1 here where Stokely can maybe make something happen, but just unable to get the through there. We'll get bumped off as well. Tone going to try to find something. We'll get 50'd over the middle here. Stokely going to try to contest this now. Look at the first touch on it. Froze going to ramp up off Stokely's car to get the bump, but didn't really send the ball anywhere. Too good for Seton Hall, but they will get the pinch now. Ramen trying to get the bump desperately on Stokely. Stokely, his car must be double the weight. This guy is just not getting thrown around by anyone right now off these walls.
Part of me was just like screaming to myself, pit maneuver, pit maneuver, get him! But no, it did not work this time by, because he was basically unmovable, no boost or whatever it happens to be, just able to be an absolute unit. So we now see Kamal gets past one defender, but with Ramen getting demoed, that is going to put a shutdown to that initial defense, or offensive opportunity rather. And then Tone now gets taken off the board, a big save from Froze. He nearly did a drive-by on that thing. Just gets the slightest of touches to get that away.
Yeah, that was pixel perfect. Froze came out of nowhere. What a fantastic off-the-ceiling job by Froze. Tap off the ceiling, off the backboard, and that is a massive goal for Seton Hall. What a shot by Froze. Just perfect control, perfect pace, and excellent touch. And now Saints Green, you got 61 seconds to keep your CCA East playoff series alive. Game 5, down 2-0. They got to pull out all the stops here to get back in this one.
You know those goals are those good plays where it's against you, but you think to yourself, I'm not even mad.
It's just like respect.
That might have been one of them. The off-the-roof play is always a pleasure to watch. As we see another bomb coming out here, this time from Vitaly, from side to side. Stokely with the initial save. Ramen looking for the shot. It's going to end up going wide, however. About 40 seconds left. The Saints, they're running out of time here.
Yeah, the clock is definitely scary right now. And Seton Hall with a great little breakout there. They're going to send it to the wide side. Stokely is going to be there to try to play this one. Going to try to find the entrance here. Saints, Stokely with a crack at the net. We'll get the demo as well. So Saints Green trying to press the action. Demo on Froze now. Tone does still have control in the Saints zone, and don't look now, but 19 seconds left. Saints Green barely across mid now. Vitaly and Ramen trying to set something up. Froze is going to deny it. Now Tone's going to be there, trying to tip this one out. Ball will go across mid, and now only 10 seconds left. Saints Green, they got to find it now or never, because when it goes to kickoff, they're going to lose a few seconds, and now just 3 seconds remaining. Vitaly maybe can make something happen. Unable to do so, and Saints Green will sadly fall in CCA East playoffs. Maybe Kamal for posterity. Unable to do so, and Saints Green now will bow out of the CCA East playoffs, along with gold, not for lack of trying. What an incredible run. Seton Hall will take them down in Game 5.
An absolutely valiant effort nonetheless there for, of course, both squads, but then for Green, of course, for finding that one here. Great series from both teams. I don't know what it is about this tournament and having these Game 5s, but I'm definitely not complaining. Battle after battle have been absolutely exciting to watch, and for everybody at home, you absolutely got yourself a treat. I'm glad a bunch of you stuck around after gold finished and whatnot.
2 fake bathroom breaks.
And after all of the fake bathroom breaks, me lying to you as to which matches were coming up next and whatnot. But, of course, we're right along by the seat of our pants sometimes in terms of tournament schedulings, and we definitely thank you for the cooperation in that regard. But it was awesome getting to see both Gold and Green compete today. Unfortunately here for Gold, like Laval taking them down, that was actually an upset in my book, because anytime we played Laval in the past, I feel like we crushed them. So they must have just been absolutely on a tear. And then for Green to go down here to Seton Hall, we have to remember that Seton Hall, this is a CRL team.
Yeah, they came from the upper half of the CCA East bracket, which means, they just fell down. They must have played, I think they played Rochester or another like top 4 or 5 seed, and they fell all the way down. So, and Saints Green still,
They lost Arcadia, so fair enough.
Yeah, they're playing, say, the top of that bracket just had a bunch of killers as far as teams. So any team that fell down into that losers bracket, there was going to be a rough time. And Saints Green, though, they pushed them to the limit. And say both teams tonight, they really pushed some solid teams to the limit, even though they maybe with how the season's went, the expectations weren't super high, but they came in and played like they were. And say, just great run by both teams. Say, it's so many game 5s.
Absolutely. Like, I was expecting, like I think I mentioned a little bit earlier, but like, oh, okay, the early rounds, there might be a couple 3-0s in here. No, the earliest 3-0 that we found was in winners round 3 when Barry University got involved here. But just a fun night overall. It was good to see a night of just constant back-to-back Rocket League. Good to see both the teams. Yeah. And then if I could take a look, try to quick map it here for a second and try and figure out who or where we've ended up finishing so far in these playoffs. But any last words while I do that in regards to the matchups?
Only last thing to say, despite the tough regular seasons, it's really, really nice that they came out and just played so well in the playoffs. Like, we clearly see like the talent and the capability of these teams, just like the world's hangover, plus maybe being a little bit burned out and just everything, maybe other teams getting better as well. Just competition kind of caught up to you. You maybe got a little lackluster for a month or two there, but I think this is a really good first step back into like trying to go back into domination of CCA and CRL. So just really good showing by both teams and hopefully just more consistency going forward.
Absolutely. And the final finishing positions here for the Saints squads, unofficially anyway, out of the 32 teams that did compete in these playoffs, I think it's 32 teams. I think it's 32. Yeah. But green ends up 17th, gold ends up 21st. So still very respectable, fantastic.
Compared to where they were in the standings, there's probably still an uptick, 2 or 3 spots at least, I would say.
Oh yeah, considering with the way that the Summer Series regular season went. Yeah. I think a lot of us were kind of preparing for the worst, to say the least. Like 28 and 30 kind of thing. But it's awesome to see the squad rebound and have a fantastic night like this. I don't ever say that as a way to try and insult them, but I like numbers, okay? I go off of like the statistics, guy, and it's like, okay, I'm looking at this, it's like, Gold just went to Worlds, got 4th. But the Summer Series. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like, where is the middle ground?
I think Congressman came out to me for our prediction last time. I was like, I'm just looking at the stats, man. I was like, I have all faith in you guys. I'm a numbers guy. I'm reading the numbers, and this is what the projections are telling me here. So it's going off the analytics.
Absolutely. Any sort of like negative predictions are never meant in spite. I promise you that. But that being said, that'll call it for tonight, but of course, I want to give a couple thank yous actually to some of the people who have been supporting us here on Twitch. Of course, ASOS with the sub or with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, as well as a bunch of the followers joining us here. Thank you for joining us on the Saints Gaming CA broadcast. Of course, this is technically our off season, and we still have more action to follow even this week coming up, as HughFest has thankfully lifted the ban on their on the broadcasting side of things, which means we will get to cover those games. If you thought that the scheduling for this tournament was a little bit last minute, though, I feel like that's going to be kind of the case. So the match will probably happen when you see the Twitch notification going live. That's when you know the match is happening.
And we'll bait you in the middle of the broadcast again. Don't worry, we won't bait you before, so we'll wait till the middle of it that day.
Exactly. But with that, so that, of course, HughFest, that tournament is going to show off the Rocket League team once again. So you'll get to see our Golden Green squads, I believe, compete once again, or as a combined unit. I'm not 100% sure there, but they will be competing there, of course. League of Legends will also be taking place, as well as Overwatch. And I know, especially for Overwatch, we haven't seen them since the last semester. There hasn't been any sort of summer activity for them.
Blizzard hasn't seen Overwatch in years.
I mean, you're not wrong. But, just force their world finals in somebody's garage sort of type of setup. But I mean, you do what you got to do, I suppose. But nonetheless, the point I was trying to get at, though, is that we haven't seen the Overwatch squad during the summer season, which means there are going to probably end up being a bunch of prospects and like new members on that roster. So that's going to be interesting to see. Same thing for League of Legends as well. And heck, maybe even for Rocket League. I know we've got a couple new signees on the way as well. And you can catch all of that news, of course, on our social medias, Twitter specifically as well. We'll have everything there, as well as any clips that you may have missed from the broadcast. That being said, any final moments?
No, fantastic night of Rocket League. Can't wait to come back next week. It's I've been loving Rocket League. We had basically the month and a half of Rocket League, but I can't wait to get some variety gaming back into this. huge fan of Rocket League, but
Right.
I love
You
getting
were-
the mix-up, man.
Right, you were gone during the League of Legends weekend, right?
Yeah.
So fair enough. And that being said, nonetheless, though, thank you all for tuning in, supporting your classmates, family members, friends, whomever it may be, in their esports competitions and supporting the broadcast as well. But with that, we'll be calling it a night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you later next week.